Happy Friday. Welcome, 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 everyone. I'm so happy you've decided to join us. My name is Dana Snyder, and I am an approved trainer with CharityHowTo. Happy Friday. I want to go over a couple of things before we dive in. We already have some people backstage wanting to do some live coaching. Laura and Angie, I see you, so I promise we will bring you up here shortly. Please feel free to drop your questions below in the comments if you do not want to come on camera. If you do want to come on camera, we are utilizing a platform called StreamYard, and I'm going to show you how that works in just a second. To kind of get the conversation going and to understand what everybody's working on, would you please, if you have a virtual event coming up, what is the date of your upcoming virtual event? And can you drop that into the comments? So while I do an intro, if you can drop the date of your upcoming virtual event and what's the number one challenge you have while planning a virtual event. So 2 questions to get us started in the comments helps me to be able to help to answer you as well. And then if you do want to come on camera, click the link that is in the comment section to get some live coaching and come on camera with me. And if you're wondering how in the world does that work, let me tell you how. First, hello. If we have never met before, if you have not been to one of my Charity How-To sessions, my name is Dana Snyder. I run a company called Positive Equation, working with nonprofit marketers to really cultivate an online passionate audience. And I do this through courses, through professional development teaching, through free trainings, courses, all of the above. I've worked with American Idol, as you can see here, from the wonderful Luke Bryan and Lionel Richie. I've worked with Movember on their international campaign. I've done multiple speaking engagements. And of course, I am here on behalf of Charity How-To. So I'm really excited to be here with everyone and wanted to do some housekeeping. So what happens if you want to join me backstage, if you want to come on camera? There is a link in the comments, and I will put that link again just so everyone can see it really quickly. I'm going to put it right now. Give me 1 second. It works on YouTube. We are streaming right now on YouTube and Facebook. So I just shared that link again. It has StreamYard / a bunch of numbers and letters. If you click on that, what will happen is you will see this first screenshot where it says, let's check your camera and microphone. Now, I do want to note it works best if you're on Chrome or Firefox, or if you're on your phone, you can actually be able to launch it as well. So it's totally fine as long as you have a good internet connection. Make sure it's going to ask you to turn on your camera, turn on your microphone. And if you do those 2 things, that second screenshot should happen. So me waving right there, put in your name, right? You can just do first name and your organization, or you can do first name, last name, whatever works for you. And then click the blue button, which is Enter Broadcast Studio. And if you do that, you can come backstage with me. Couple other things to note. Today, we are talking about any of your questions can be around virtual events, digital sponsorships. It can be around social media. So anything within those areas. I have a new micro lessons course with Charity How-To, how to sell virtual, it's actually digital sponsorships, which is always available. Okay, so this is always on. You can be able to be in your pajamas, having a glass of wine. You can take this course whenever you want to because it's pre-recorded content in short little snackable bites. So each video is 5 to 10 minutes long with an activity at the end. And then I also do that same course live. So a 90-minute webinar. And then I also have one about how to set up and run virtual events with some dates in February. If you're interested in joining me for any of those courses, there's a nifty code here for 20% off. And all of those links are in the post. Or if you're on YouTube, they're in the description underneath where the video is. So I just wanted to mention that. And my favorite part and why I wanted to do this today is because these are the results that come out of these sessions. So I am always really honored and humbled whenever I see the testimonials that come up from all of you. So I wanted to do something really informal today, and that's really get to know you more one-on-one. I'm going to go ahead and remove this from the screen. Get to know you more one-on-one, what everybody's individually working on, what your challenges might be, and kind of do some hot seat consulting. I see a ton of comments. I love it. Okay, So to go ahead and get started, Laura, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, there she is. All right, Laura, I'm going to bring you on camera. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Okay.
Hi. Did you have a question that you wanted to ask?
This would be our first time doing a virtual event. I'm really excited, but I'm also nervous because it's the first time.
Yes, absolutely. You're okay to be nervous. What are you most nervous about? Oh, we might be having a delay. Laura, can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Is there something you're most nervous
that it
about?
will fail.
That it will fail? Well, you know what? Who are you trying to reach?
I want it to be successful. And
oh, we might be having some internet, some slow connectivity. So Laura, I'm going to remove you real quick. Your video might be slowing it down.
Can you?
Okay, so to kind of answer Laura's question, is anyone in the comments, can you give me a hand raise or a thumbs up emoji if you might be feeling some fear? And I think that's totally okay. The brilliant thing about, and look what just happened, right? There was poor internet connectivity. You just kind of go with the flow. It showcases to people that you are a real human being, right? This is raw, it's real. If you're doing something, I always, always, always recommend in your programming of a virtual event is to have live content. Do not have an all pre-recorded experience, because then it's not really a good experience, right? It doesn't allow it to be interactive. You can't engage back and forth. Yes, Charlene, I see you right here. She says, yes, I hear you. So always make sure you have some live components into your event, because those are the moments that are fun. It makes it real. Okay, I'm going to go through. I see a ton of questions. I'm going to try back up to the top. Ooh, some dates in May. Emily, I see you. So we've got May 2021. Madeline, May 18th. Lots of Mays. Tracy, yours is coming up March 20th. My birthday's March 17th, so just a couple days after. Love it. Okay, Kate, great question. How do you keep an online event interesting during COVID? So a couple of things have been happening that I've noticed. Always create your event based upon who you're trying to serve, based upon who your audience is. So think about, what are they dealing with at home right now? Are your donors parents with kids? Are their kids home right now? Are they in school? When does it make time to have the event? Does it make sense to now, instead of like a gala format, do something that the whole family can be a part of? Something else that's been happening is actually like virtual event fatigue, which is a thing. So can you rethink your idea of what a virtual event means? Maybe it's a package that somebody purchases online for a date night, right? And you provide them with something that you can ship to them. So it's a little package, but it's a donation to you to be able to provide that package. And then you're providing an experience at home for them, right? And maybe you send an email that has a video about the organization, but you're actually not having to produce a virtual event. So there's a twist, right? So there are a ton of fun ideas. There's actually a website. I'm going to remove your post real quick that I do have up here. I wanted to share with everyone. This is called teambuilding.com. And they have a bunch of really fun virtual events that you can book them for. So if you're like, I don't want to program anything, I just want something really fun and interactive. This is an awesome organization. They moderate the whole thing for you. I think they have them from 60 minutes to 90-minute events. Right here, you can see it's 9 to 300 people, 2 to 300 plus people. Tiny campfire. So they literally put together what would it be like to be at a campfire. And so that you have a little kit. They do campfire games. They have murder mysteries, superhero academy. There's this really fun one, a video that I watched where they had somebody do a scavenger hunt. So you were set on teams. You're broken out into teams. And let's say it was, okay, everyone go find a coffee cup. And everyone has to run around their house and come back. And the team who has a coffee mug first wins and gets that point. So there's a bunch of really fun tools, kind of like, so I'm going to put this in the comment section, teambuilding.com, really fun solution. So that is one. So basically, think about your audience, what would be really fun for them and fun for you, right? To put together and to manage. So that is one way to keep an online event interesting. Let's see. Oh, I love this one. Yesenia, our nonprofit is hosting a virtual bingo event in March. Exactly. If there's a way where if they can print out a bingo sheet, right? And then you can be interactive and engaging through the camera. Awesome. Super fun. Maybe it's a really fun interactive bingo. Maybe it is where you have to race around the house and get something, or you have to go on their website and find something about your nonprofit. That's a great idea. I love that one. Let me see. Yogi, so she asked, March 1st event coming up, raffle, silent auction, the most efficient, cost-effective way to do it virtually. So I have seen with raffles that they've been done based upon audience participation. So I produced a virtual event for a Chamber of Commerce about their small business awards. And so what we did was we asked people to participate in the chat. And at the very beginning of the event, we said, you could win this package or this basket or this thing if you comment. And we had like a community manager going through and writing everybody's names down. There's a free website that you can use that's like a name generator. And so you can just like, somebody's putting in all the names of people who are commenting. And by the end of the event, you have a winner. And that's getting people to participate and engage with you. Or you could also do kind of raffles by who's giving donations. So if you gave $10, you get entered X amount of times. If you give $100, you get entered X amount of times during the event. And at the end, which also makes them stay until the end because they have to be there. So that's a fun way to do it. I've seen a lot of organizations honestly shifting away from the silent auction space just because I think there's so much more value if you can explain clearly what the funds are going towards. I talked about this in my courses with Charity How To, is creating your impact goal. And we talk about how to do that in some examples. Clearly illustrate and visualize where the funds are going to go. If you can do that, that's more important than an exchange of an item. And I think the raffles are a fun way to kind of get around that. Tracy, so good question. We talk about this in my digital sponsorships course. So sponsorship type fundraising tiered levels. So one thing I want to say about, I think it's both. I think it would be important for you to have, let's say 75% of your fundraising is by sponsorships and maybe 25% is through tickets or through individual donations. Something with sponsorships, I want you to know, is that gold, diamond, silver, those levels with like 50K, 25K, 10K, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Change those numbers into things that are directly associated with your impact goal at the beginning. What does $10,000 allow you to do? Maybe it's not 10,000, maybe it's 12,450. But that level allows you as an organization to do what? Big difference. Okay, I'm going to keep going through. Let me see. Did anybody pop on? Angie, I see you backstage, but I don't see your camera. So if anybody does still want to come on camera and do some live coaching, feel free to click that link I shared and I will bring you on camera. So Angie, I see you back there, but I don't see, and I see somebody else too, but I don't see your cameras. Okay, I'm going to keep going through some questions. Okay, let's see. Julie, she says, our nonprofit will be having an educational conference in May and a fundraising walk in October. This will be our second time with both as virtual events. Last year was interesting and a learning experience. Yes, actually, I just heard of a nonprofit doing kind of a hybrid version for a virtual 5K. So there are maybe a small group who do a socially distant run or walk together, but then the ability to also offer it as a virtual walk or run allows you to significantly increase the participation. Because if you're an organization that is regional, people have moved all over the place. right? So they might still love your organization, but they don't live close by anymore. So they couldn't even attend your walk or run if they wanted to. But if you allow people to sign up virtually, then they can still sign up. They can still do the run walk. They're still sharing on social media. They're still fundraising. So it's a great way to bring it together. Yogi, you're so welcome. Ooh, ABC House, great question. What is a good length for a virtual event that is normally a fundraising and awareness dinner? So this goes back to, are you going to, there's been a lot of virtual events that are just talking at people. If it's going to be something like that where it's presentation style and there's not something for the end user, for your donor to physically do, I would say cap it at 45 minutes to an hour. And something I want to note with this is people are getting used to Zoom for meetings. So I would not recommend, there are so many amazing virtual platforms nowadays. I would recommend not using Zoom because immediately your brain goes to Zoom equals meeting. There's a platform, so I'd say 45 minutes to an hour. If you do have something that's a little bit more engaging and interactive, like kind of this scavenger hunt, or if they're maybe cooking something or you're teaching something and they're being able to do it together, if it's an arts and crafts activity, I think you go a little bit longer maybe, dependent on the time of the day. I'm going to show you Run the World is a platform I've used twice this week to do live sessions with. And what I love about Run the World is it has a bunch of different ways that you can run an event. So, and it's free for up to 500 people. So that's key. You can do tickets on this page. You can have donations on here. You can have it free, but it still shows you the emails for people to have a ticket. You can do roundtable discussions. You can do panels. I think you can have up to 8 to 10 people on camera at once. You can do live Q&A, so anybody can request the mic and come on camera. You can have networking. So if that's a big portion that you think you're missing, you can set a timer. And anyone in the group, you could set a timer for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and everyone can like rotate through, and you could set it for maybe 5 rounds of that. So everyone gets to talk to 5 different people to say, hi, like, what are you doing here? So good to see you. Why are you supporting the organization? Like, and just meet someone new. And then also there's a streaming party. So you can showcase video content, any pre-recorded content and media. So again, this is a really fun platform that you can take a look at. And it gives you a lot of back-end metrics as well. So Run the World, I will put the link in here. And I think I actually might have, see if I can pull it up. I'll put the link in the comments. I'm going to I just put Run the World in there. Yes, Kate, she seconds Emily's question. Awesome. I'm going to come back on. Let's see. Does anybody want to come on live? And I'm going to keep going down the list of questions. So again, comment below with your question and I'm going to try and get to you. And then again, you can click the link in the comments if you want to come on and get some live coaching. Emily, I see you. Emily, give me a thumbs up. Do you want to come on camera? Okay, cool. Here we go. Hi, Emily. Oh, it sounds like your sound's off a little bit. How about now? No. It's making a weird, like, high-pitched noise. Let me try. Let's try and see if you can resync your audio. Okay. While she's working on that, see here, love the idea of a hybrid for a 5K. Yep, exactly. Try to virtual run last year, had 100 people sign up. Yep, absolutely. Laura asks, we are a music organization. What would be the best platform for an engaging live virtual event? So, Laura, yeah, sounds like a chipmunk. I know. Emily, I'm not sure what was up with that sound. I know. I'll try and bring you back on in a second. Music organization. Laura, can you give me a little bit more background into, are you trying to do a performance? Give me a little bit more and I'll come back to you. All right, Emily, let's try you again. How about now? Oh, no. Okay, shoot me, put it in the comments and I'll answer. Yeah. But see, this is also the beauty of a live event. You know, we are real. There's nothing hidden about this. Troubleshooting audio at its finest. And this is also why you normally will do a test of audio for anybody who's going to come on for any events beforehand. So Laura, come back to me with a little bit more about what would be your event or what you're looking to do. And I can answer your question about the music. Let me see if I'm missing anybody else. Let me see. Going through. Brooke, April 24th event coming up, doing virtual and live. How to engage virtual participants. So 1, we talked about kind of those raffle ideas. 2 is make sure to ask. Make sure to ask questions to get people to engage, right? If we're not asking the questions, prompting for people to have a response, they're not going to. For instance, like I have these banners where I'm saying comment below with your questions. I am prompting you to come on. Also, I like StreamYard because for this instance, I'm able to, any of your comments, I'm able to bring them on screen. And that's kind of a nice moment where I can showcase you and showcase that what your question is. So it showcases that it's live and in real time. Let me see. Laura, here we go. Okay, Laura's back. We would love to do a performance and some fundraising. Traditionally, we have a seated dinner and feature our faculty and students as entertainment and to share our story. Sure. So there are a lot of platforms that you can do a performance and some fundraising. So there are so many. 1, the platform I'm using right now is called StreamYard. So StreamYard, you can have up to 10 people on camera at one time. This video, you can embed this presentation. It's live streaming on Facebook and YouTube right now. Yep, Tracy, that's sometimes. This is StreamYard. StreamYard, there is a free version and there's an upgraded version that allows us to have kind of like the branding going on. But you can have 10 people. You can have pre-recorded content. Like I had that video at the beginning with the countdown. You can have other pre-recorded content that I believe is up to 10 minutes. I think they expanded it. The lower thirds where it has my name. Run the World is a great one. Give butter, not better. So BUTTER is a good one because your video, so I could take StreamYard and I could put it into the Give Butter experience that has the donation elements. So let me show you. Let me pull that one up really quick. I'm a visual learner, if anyone else is a visual learner. So I like to see what you may be saying, like, what is she talking about? Go ahead and pull this up. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. 1 second. Okay, here we go. So this is Give Butter. So like this would be the StreamYard video where it says Zoom. And then you have all these donate and tickets, fundraise. There's the little temperature gauge, thermometer down below showing you your goal and how much you've raised. You have anytime someone gives a donation, they can have a funny GIF. They can make a comment. And then down below, you can also do text to donate through this platform. I will go ahead and also put this in the comment section. There's another one. This platform, I just talked to them recently, Give Cloud. They haven't launched yet. They're still in beta, but they're going to be launching next month. Let me see. Here we go. Here's a great way to see it. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. It's super simple, right? You can live stream the event. Again, you could do something like StreamYard for the actual video to produce it. And then they have your amounts that you can customize. There's a pledge, so you could have recurring donors. Again, they have the little temperature gauge down below. You can celebrate your donors right here. Someone just gave $12 from Texas, or could have their name. And there's a chat. They can share it on social media. So this one I will also share with you. So there's a ton of these out there. StreamYard actually just did a partnership with Hopin, which is another option. So in the courses that I provide through Charity How To, I do a ton of live demos. So I actually go through StreamYard and show you how to use it, how the setup is. I go into more depth with GiveButter and I show you how they connect. So that is all done through the setup and run a virtual event. And then the course about digital sponsorships really dives into how to find sponsors, how to pitch them, creative ideas to work with them on your virtual event. So I'm going to take a couple more questions because I just realized it's 12:30. But I go into way more granular detail because these courses with Charity How To are 90 minutes. So do not miss out on the 20% off code for those. And they're starting next week. So there's courses available next week. Let me see. Trinity. And let me get some thumbs up. Natalie, I just saw your comment about audio. Thumbs up. Can everybody give me a thumbs up in the comments if you can hear me okay? I'm going to keep chatting, but I'm going to wait for some of these thumbs up if everybody can hear me. Okay, Trinity says, we weren't planning on having a live stream where people could engage, large event. Would you say it's better to have a more interactive experience for our guests? Yes, 1,000,000%. Because they might not stay on for the whole event. Last night, there was a virtual event, and it was partly live, partly pre-recorded that I was attending. And I watched it for about 10 minutes and I was just like, I'm over it, right? Because there was no interaction with me. They weren't asking me to do anything. I absolutely say engage whenever possible, right? Maybe that's sharing something on social media and then you're going to have a reaction to that. I always, always, always say, especially because we've now been living through this virtual event world for nearly a year at this point, that people are expecting you to like up the ante. Okay, awesome. Lots of thumbs up. Okay. Anybody else want to try to come on camera for one last question? I've got one more. And yes, Ruth, this video will be available to watch later. Ooh, Emily, fact, we used Switcher Studio for a live stream and it was really easy to use. Awesome. Thank you. I'm going to make a note for that one. Switcher Studio. And let me see if I can share. Okay, here's a link for Run the World to use Pro for, let me see, use Pro for a month for free. Share a couple links in here. Okay, so this is Run the World. I'm putting RTW Pro. And you can test it out, see if you like it, do a demo. I'll put that one, and then I will share one more with you, and that is StreamYard. So, and that is what I'm using right now. I love it. You can also, the great thing is you can stream across multiple platforms all at the same time. Let me see where my StreamYard link is for you. Here we go. Okay. Give me 1 second here. So you can stream technically on the paid platform on up to 8 channels. So you could, and here's StreamYard. So we're live on Facebook and YouTube, but you could be live on LinkedIn. You could go live on Twitter. You could have your sponsor go live for you. Okay, and I just put StreamYard in the chat. Emily, thank you. Emily, could you speak more to the giving levels for the sponsors and creative ideas for that? Yes, and again, I go into a lot of ideas in the digital sponsorship course, but what consumers and employees of for-profit businesses are requiring for-profit businesses to have purpose ingrained in what they do, right? We've seen this a lot in the past few years. And so what's really important is providing your sponsor with a very clear visual story to share with their employees and their consumers about what they're doing in the purpose impact space. And by partnering with you, you add automatic credibility. So what I think is powerful is having your giving levels equal a certain impact. And this doesn't have to be, this could be operational expenses, right? People know that it takes people to do the work. So it's okay to say that. So let's say one of your giving levels is $50,000. And you could say, this allows us to have a part-time social media manager. This allows us to plan our fall event. This allows us to, I would actually say what you're using the funds for, because then there's such a higher purpose. Maybe if you are, Emily, I'm not sure what your organization is, but if it's education based. So I worked for a nonprofit straight out of college. And so we provided scholarships to low income students. So for us, we could say $25,000 sponsorship level provides 10 kids with a full ride tuition scholarship to college. I'm making this up, right? But that is way more impactful than you get a logo on our website, right? Or you get an email pushed out. There are those elements and you can talk about them, but it's way more impactful if you're expressing to them, because then they can communicate it to their staff and to their supporters. So I hope that was helpful. Let me see, I put a bunch of links. Let me wrap up one more left. Trinity, is there a platform that exists where we can have the live stream video playing, okay, and show a live thermometer? Yes. That's being raised from your silent auction. So I don't think so within the same platform, because even like GiveButter and GiveCloud, those are both directly connected to what's being fundraising in that platform. Silent auction, I think, would be separate. Again, I'm not a huge fan of silent auctions with virtual events. I don't think it provides that much value. I think it's something that you could do separately to the virtual event. But usually I have not seen a platform that connects them together. No, not yet. And if somebody has, feel free to comment in the questions to reply to Trinity. Emily, you're welcome. Okay, just because I saw it, one last one. Taylor Martin, can you recommend a platform that would be ideal for a gala in terms of encouraging guests mingling? Yes. Run the World, for sure, because you can set up those cocktails. And Remo, R-E-M-O. You get dropped into tables, and you can bounce around to different tables, and you can network and talk to one another. And then once the presentation starts, it takes over the screen. And that is R-E-M-O. I will put that into the chat as well. So if you Google that, that's another platform as well. So thank you all so much for joining me. I hope this was really helpful. I look forward to seeing you in one of my upcoming courses with Charity How To next week. And I hope everyone has an awesome Friday. And again, if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up in the comment section, because our hope is to do these consistently, to pop up here a couple Fridays, maybe during the month, and do different topics of Q&As. And then also, I would love to bring on other Charity How-To trainers to talk about a ton of other different subject areas that might be of interest as well. So if this was helpful, give us a thumbs up. That lets the team know that we did a good job, that this was a good idea. Yes, Carissa, Janet. Yes, thank you. Laura, Trinity. Awesome. Yesenia. Beautiful. I love it. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I love seeing all of the support. Thank you so much for joining. Have a beautiful rest of your day. And I look forward to seeing you next week in one of my courses. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.